Hey, thanks so much for jumping into this awesome masterclass. We have 10 life-changing lessons for you, and despite the fact that this masterclass was free, I promise this is truly life-changing information. There's a lot of value here, so please don't take it lightly. Now, if you're new to real estate investing, but you're eager to get started, or you've done a few deals and you're looking to take it to the next level, I promise you, you're going to learn a ton from this masterclass. In fact, I've been a real estate investor myself for over 10 years. I've done hundreds of deals. I've coached and mentored hundreds of students and investors that I know have gone on to do thousands of deals. I want that for you too. Now, I'm giving away more in this series of videos for free than I have ever before. Very honestly. Why? Well, I truly want to help change your life with real estate investing. If you don't know me yet, I'm Mike Hambright. I'm a real estate investor primarily in the Dallas-Fort Worth market. I'm not only an investor, I'm a father, I'm a husband. I spend a lot of my time these days sharing my knowledge with other people, mostly through flipnerd.com, my website where we have over 100,000 subscribers that watch our podcasts and shows and listen to our information. To give you a little bit of history about me, we're going to be spending some time together, so I want you to know a little bit about who I am and where I come from, and maybe even why I'm doing this, okay? I grew up in a working class family in Illinois. I had a loving family, but I just wanted to break the cycle. My family was very blue collar, hard working. I developed my solid work ethic there, but I knew I wanted more than physically working with my hands and labor for the rest of my life, working hard. I thought formal education might be the key. I was the first person in my family to actually go to college. I got a degree in finance, thinking that that might be a way out. After I got out of college, I went to work for a large bank in Chicago, literally a very, very, very large bank with tens of thousands of employees. And I thought it was important. I'm wearing a suit. I'm the first person in my family to ever have to wear a suit to work. Well, the reality is I prefer shorts and flip-flops these days. But at the time, that made me feel important. I learned maybe 6 months into the job that really I wasn't that important. I was in a cubicle farm with hundreds of other people pretty much doing the same thing as me. And I kind of call it was a little bit of a soul-sucking job. Now, I had fun there. I made some friends. I learned a lot about myself, namely that I wanted more than that. I could see my boss sat a few cubes from me, and his boss sat a few cubes from him. Maybe the walls were higher, but they were all still cubicles. I could see my future right in front of me there, and I wanted more. Didn't know how to get there, and truthfully didn't even really know what I wanted. But ultimately, I went back to school, went back to grad school thinking maybe more education is what I need. Now, truthfully, where I'm at today in my real estate investing business for the last 10 years, none of that education is important to what I do now. Not that I didn't learn some things that I can apply into my business and meet some great friends. In fact, I met my wife in graduate school, so I don't regret doing that at all. But the education that I learned and the tools I learned ultimately were doing nothing more than teaching me how to work for somebody else, right? And in the process, racking up a ton of loans along the way. Out of graduate school, I graduated in a time where the economy was kind of down, so it was a little bit hard to find a job. Eventually, I did find a job. It was a great job. I thought it was my dream job. Worked there for a few years, and then I got fired. Had no idea it was coming. Now, I worked for a very large company that ended up going away. $5 billion company called Radio Shack. That company ended up completely going away, and approximately 35,000 people lost their jobs ultimately. For me, I'd worked hard my whole life to try to get ahead. I was always hardworking, but I was always doing it for somebody else, and ultimately, this was one of the first times where they let me down. My next job, I left there, found another job, eventually actually moved across the country for this job, and worked there very hard for 18 months. Then they filed for bankruptcy. Now, at that time, again, corporate America had let me down. The problem is my wife had left her job, where she actually earned more money than I did, to support me going to take this job across the country. And even worse, 2 months prior to the company filing bankruptcy and me needing to leave there, my son was born. Pardon my French here, but shit just got real for me. Now I have a family to support, and now there's no income coming in. So I'd always been entrepreneurial. I'd always been interested in real estate investing. We decided to move back here to the Dallas market and see what was next. I still didn't know what that was. Okay, I had the option of going back into corporate America, but corporate America had let me down. And I made the decision that I needed to take control of my financial future. Maybe this resonates a little bit with you. Maybe you've been in a job that's let you down. Or maybe you work for somebody else that you know isn't very secure. Maybe you could lose your job tomorrow or next week. I don't want that for you, but I've been there. So I used to go to real estate boot camps and clubs and all sorts of stuff, but never took action. I thought, well, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. Maybe someday I'll do this, right? I was never backed into a corner where I had to figure it out. But that's in fact exactly what I did in 2008. I decided to bet on myself and jump into the real estate market in 2008. Now in hindsight, the market was turning down at that time. I was a little bit naive to what was going on in the marketplace. But the reality is it actually was a good time to get started. So with no experience at all, other than buying the one house that my wife and I lived in at the time, we started real estate investing. Now, we went out thinking, well, I'll just contact a realtor and they'll bring me deals. It did not work that way. We tried for several months to find deals on the MLS. Now, in hindsight, I've bought over 350 houses. Approximately 3 of them were off of the MLS, and all of those were 8 to 10 years ago. I don't look at the MLS at all for deals. That is not where we find deals as real estate investors, at least in my market and most markets around the country. Not saying there's never deals there, but that's not where the best deals are for sure. I like to say the MLS is where people go to overpay for houses, if you can even find a deal at all. Now, I sell my houses often on the MLS because that's where people go to overpay for houses. We'll talk a lot more about that in the lessons ahead. Our first year with no prior experience, backed into the situation to where we're living on savings and we have to make this happen. We bought 65 houses in our first year. Initially, I flailed around without trying to figure out how to make this work, and I just couldn't do it until I brought on a mentor of mine that has actually thousands of rentals now, and started to surround myself with people that knew what they were doing. I had to figure a lot of these things out on my own. Some of the lessons I'm sharing with you were years in the making, and you're going to learn these over the next several days, but I'm happy to share it with you. I've gone on to buy hundreds of houses, mostly here in the Dallas-Fort Worth market, and I've coached and mentored people all over the country that have done thousands of deals. A little over 4 years ago, I started FlipNerd.com, where we have about 100,000 subscribers that would like to watch our content. We have over 1,500 shows on real estate investing, all free. Now, along the way, all I really wanted was to have a more secure financial future. I did not want a blue-collar type job. I did not want to work physically as hard as I saw my family working. I did not want all the ups and downs of working for somebody else. I've learned along the way that what I really wanted was freedom, and I'm going to go ahead and assume that that's what you want too. That's what we're going to be teaching a lot about in the lessons ahead inside of this masterclass. What I actually learned, I got this, heard this term from a friend of mine, and I was since taking it from him. I love it. Real estate investing, for me, real estate is not the thing. It's the thing that gets you the thing. It's the thing that allows you to travel more, spend time with your children. Maybe you spend more time in your church or hobbies or other things that you like to do. It's not about the real estate per se. It's about the large profits and the cash flow that's available to you if you do it right, and what that enables you to do in your life. I hope that makes sense. I'm guessing ultimately you'll realize that real estate investing is fun. There's a lot of opportunity. I love transforming a house. I love getting a big paycheck. I love all those things. But it's not the thing. It's the thing that gets you the thing. Throughout this masterclass, I'm going to share a ton of lessons and information with you, but there are 3 main secrets that I'm going to share with you throughout the next 10 lessons. Number 1 is that the only way to be successful in real estate investing is to become an expert at generating leads from motivated sellers. That'll become more clear when we talk about lead generation in the lessons ahead. The second secret is that your success comes from solving other people's problems, not your interest in earning a profit. You're going to find out that as a real estate investor, what we're ultimately doing is serving other people. If I can help other people solve their problems, then every once in a while there's an opportunity for me to benefit as well. If you're selfish and simply going out and only thinking of yourself, it's going to be very hard for you to have a consistent business. And honestly, it won't be nearly as satisfying of a business as it would otherwise. Secret 3 is that you must run your real estate investing business like a business with real systems and processes, just like a factory or a restaurant or any other successful business that you know of. A lot of people watch HGTV and they say, oh, they took an ugly house and they made it pretty, and I want to do that too, but they never think how they're going to do it. How are you going to generate leads? When X happens, what are you going to do next? Right? In our business, we have systems and processes and steps and procedures that we do for everything. And I'm going to actually teach a lot of that to you here over the next 10 days inside of these lessons. So the training inside of this masterclass is going to explain a lot of these 3 secrets in much more detail. So please pay close attention. Now, the next 10 days might be 10 days to freedom for you, depending on where you are. You can go through this training as fast or as slow as you like. Now, I'm going to assume that we're going to break this down into 10 days of training. This is the first lesson, and all the other lessons are down below here on the page. Every day, I'm going to check in on you. I'm going to send you an email and see how you're doing, and I'll assume that you're going to go through this one lesson per day, but you're welcome to go through as fast or as slow as you like. Make sure that the emails are not going to spam. We send a lot of emails out because of our podcast, and over many, many years we've sent millions and millions of emails. And sometimes Gmail and Hotmail and AOL, and some of those guys think that we're sending too many promotional things, or maybe our emails are promotional, which all we're trying to do is add value to you. So make sure they don't go into your spam, because you'll miss out on the emails and some other great information that we're going to share with you. So by the time you're watching this, you should have already found our email, but make sure you go into your junk or spam folder and that your emails are not going there, that they're arriving safe and sound in your inbox. So here's the deal. It's your time. You're going to hear me talk about that this business is hard work. This is not easy. Anybody that tells you that real estate investing is easy is wrong. They're lying to you, probably trying to sell you something, sell the dream a lot more than the reality. This is a great business. You can achieve your dreams with this business, but you have to be willing to work hard. Real estate investing has changed my life. It's changed the life for my family. It can change your life too. My question for you is, are you willing to do what it takes to make this work? Because the opportunity is out there. Now, if you are, this is the starting point you've been looking for. We've created this training for you. Please make the most of it. Like most things, you'll get out of it what you're willing to put into it. Now, you'll see a link down below this video for you to get access to this free guide. This is a tremendous resource, I promise you, chock full of checklists, contracts, and all sorts of great resources that we have never given away for free before. So make sure you click the link and download it. Hey guys, just a quick reminder that you can get access to all 10 of the training videos in this masterclass that we call the Ultimate Get Started in Real Estate Investing Guide and Program, as well as this awesome supplemental guide with incredibly valuable copies of our contracts, scripts, checklists, and many more by visiting us at flipnerd.com/free training. That's flipnerd.com/free-training. 2 separate words there. You'll get immediate access to all 10 lessons of this powerful masterclass. I know you're watching it on YouTube right now, but that's how you get all of our downloadable checklists and all sorts of other information. You'll get immediate access to all 10 of our lessons of this powerful masterclass. You'll get this free resource guide, and we'll share some other powerful content with you as well. So go on over to flipnerd.com/free training. That's free-training now to get registered. Never before have we been willing to give away this much for free, but we're here to deliver maximum value to you. Now, please make sure that you download this guide and use it as we go through each lesson. There are sections in there for you to take notes, and there are all sorts of resources, again, checklists, contracts, and other great things that will help you out. Again, over the next 10 days, I'm going to send you an update every day to check in to see how you're doing and remind you of the next lesson if you haven't seen it yet. All the videos in this training are down below on the page. You're welcome to move as slow or fast as you like. So thanks for being here with me. I'm excited to have you here. I'm excited to hopefully play a very small role in your success in real estate investing. I'll see you in the next lesson. Hey everybody, just a reminder, thanks for watching this incredibly powerful masterclass lesson. I hope you got a lot out of it. Just a reminder that you can get access to all 10 of the training videos in this masterclass that we call the Ultimate Get Started in Real Estate Investing Training Program and Guide. You can get this supplemental guide, which is full of valuable copies of our contracts, checklists, the scripts we use when we talk to sellers, and so much more. Quite frankly, we've never given away all this free content before, so it's super powerful. To get access to all of this, you simply need to go to flipnerd.com/free training, and that's flipnerd.com/free-training to get access to everything. It's completely free, but we can't give you downloads on YouTube. You have to come over to our site to get them. You'll get immediate access, again, to all 10 lessons of this powerful masterclass. You'll get this free resource guide, and we'll share some other powerful, awesome content with you as well. So go on over to flipnerd.com/free-training now. You can register. See you on the other side.